These steps we're doing are major steps. Dress for success with women. Be able to read her body language and send her body language. Be assertive, don't be aggressive. Don't be passive, be assertive. Number 4, where are you going to find her? Then we're going to learn how to meet her, talk with her, date her, have sex with her, and have a relationship with her. But we're on meet now. How do you meet young women? Well, sometimes you can just say, hi, how you doing? That's what most women prefer. They don't like pickup lines. They don't like anything like that. I like to meet women where they work, at a wedding reception, at the office, campaigns, I mentioned that. Anywhere where you're there doing something together. And you say, oh, hi, I'm Don Steele. Nice to meet you. Shake hands, talk a little bit, and go back to what you were doing. Parties are always great. You're in the kitchen. Oh, hi, I'm Don. Yeah, I know Jim over there. You did? Well, that's good. I went to school with Fred. We went together at SC. Just talk and meet. That's all you do. Now, again, when you're meeting, you have to have the right attitude. You can't be, look at the jugs on that. Your body can't be saying that. Your face can't be saying that. The drool coming out of your mouth can't be saying that. You have to look relaxed and casual. You can't look like intense. So you find her, and there she is in the classroom. Now you got to meet her. So let's do one of these at a time. Classrooms. You're 35 and she's 22 or 21 or 20 or 19 or 18. That's too much of an age difference for most people, normal people. But let's just like us. You can talk to her in the class, down at the coffee machine, or on break at the student union. But what I like to teach guys is at the end of the semester, there's always some sort of end of semester party. Now this is a class where there's interaction, like acting, anything where there's a project for the whole class. At the end, there's some kind of a party get together. If there isn't one, explains in here and on in the TFA. TFA stands for the fucking archive. You get that when you join the restricted list, which I'll explain at the end of this video. The fucking archive is 20,000 important emails out of 120,000 emails during the first 10 years of me being on the internet. And I had help from the 5 most successful guys that went through the program. And we cut 120,000 down to 20,000. I had a guy make a database out of it, a searchable database. Any topic you want to look up, you can look it up. Anything. We've talked about everything. Cars, cooking, hairstyles, pubic hair in the bathroom, condoms, you name it. It's all in there somewhere. Everything's been solved once or twice, sometimes 3 times. Okay, meet her. You're going to meet her at where she works, where you work at a party or some event like that. You're going to always shake hands. Shaking hands is crucial to the Steel Balls program. Why? Because when your hands meet, a whole data dump takes place. Everything she's thinking, feeling, and desiring is in her hand. Everything you're thinking, feeling, and desiring is in your hand. Okay, and the way she shakes your hand tells you yes, no, maybe, or business. Those are the 4 kind of handshakes women give you. But guys get mixed up between yes and business. Sometimes they get mixed up between maybe and no, but usually it's just yes and business confuses them. You walk in a furniture store and there's this great looking girl there. She comes over, she gives you the best yes handshake you've ever had. Her whole body's saying yes. She's saying, buy the fucking couch. She's not saying, I think you're really handsome and I just can't wait to fuck you. That's not what's happening in that situation. But if she does that at a wedding reception, that's a yes handshake. The only thing I can tell you about yes handshakes, if you have a girl friend, a female friend, say that you feel comfortable talking with and being honest with about your lack of knowledge, women are just so happy to be helpful. And they don't think less of you if you say, you know, Debbie, I read this article about this guy says it's important to shake hands with a woman. And he says they give us 4 different kinds of handshakes. Yes, business, maybe, and no. Does that seem real to you? Uh-huh. Well, give me a no handshake. Okay, that's pretty obvious. Give me a yes handshake. Oh, that's pretty obvious. Now give me a maybe handshake. Now what's a business handshake? Like you're trying to sell me something. Ah, you're right. It's almost like a yes. Get a woman to show you they love to do this. They're helpful. They're females. Okay, that's what they do. They help men and children and other women. They like to help. So don't. You can be ashamed that you're not dating, but that won't do you any good. So you have to go through this problem and ask for help. That's what you're doing by watching these videos. You're getting some help. So what? Big fucking deal. Everybody needs help sooner or later. Think about all the implications of each commandment. These are not like the 11 commandments of courtship. You can't break even one of these. These are all rigid, ironclad. Number 1, thou shalt not stare at her tits or ass. Number 2, thou shalt not mention the ex or children or any other women. Thou shalt not look at other females. No looking, no looking. She's the only person in the room you're talking to. Thou shalt not talk over her head or down to her. You try to talk to her at her level. Okay? Don't talk to her like a child. Talk to her at her level. Do not be slick or smooth. That's instant player signal to them. Don't be negative or cynical about anything. Be happy, positive, outgoing, and friendly. Thou shalt not mention sex under any circumstance. Do not make dirty jokes. Don't make off-color comments. Sex doesn't exist during this conversation. Do not ask about boyfriends. Don't say, how old's your boyfriend? None of that. Don't say anything about boyfriends. Just nod if she says anything about them. Do not touch her except to shake hands. And 10, this seems to baffle most people. Thou shalt not reveal a prior interest in her. You can't say, I've had my eye on you for several years since I've been coming to this cafe. No. It's just like you just met her today. Because if you do anything of these, you're done. Don't break any of these. Don't stare at her tits. Don't mention the ex-wife or the children. Don't look at other females. Don't talk over her head or down to her. Do not be slick and smooth. Don't be negative or cynical. Don't mention sex. Don't ask about boyfriends. Don't touch except to shake hands. And do not reveal a prior interest in her. Those are the 11 commandments, or 10 commandments of meeting. Let's go over the 10 commandments of courtship because you need to know all that because you're actually courting her now that you've met her. Courtship is everything that takes place before penetration. Everything that takes place before penetration is courtship. Everything. Number 1, this is number 1, period, above all else. Have a slim, trim body. Number 2, thou shalt be well groomed. Number 3, thou shalt be dressed right. Number 4, thou shalt smell good. You can't believe how many guys don't even fucking get that. Thou shalt be relaxed and confident. That takes practice. We'll talk about that. Thou shalt shake hands and smile. Thou shalt talk at her level, just like in the commandments of meeting, not over her head, not down to her. Thou shalt radiate no lust. Lust in your eyes is okay, but it has to be very brief, half a second or less. But don't be going, oh my God, what a rack. None of that. Laugh appropriately. That means don't laugh at every little thing. Laugh when you think it's funny. Don't try to be the life of the party. Remain an adult at all times. Don't try to be hip and happening and use slang that you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Thou shalt generally compliment once. Once is in italics. Once means once. And the compliment ideally is about something she chose to make herself more attractive. bracelet, necklace, scarf, ring, shoes, purse, watch, accessories. She went out of her way to put that on to look attractive. And if you acknowledge it, she appreciates it. It has to be genuine. It can't be fake. It can't be bullshit. It has to be real. Oh, those earrings. That's really cute. Little American flags. I like that. That's good. You have to genuinely like it. That necklace, my God, that's amethyst. That's my birthstone. That's beautiful. Don't say, "Ma, you have the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen," or "your long blonde hair is just spectacular." She's heard all that before. Be different. Pick out something other people don't notice. Don't say your calves are nice and thick. Not that kind of. Compliment her. I like the way you handle that guy over there. I thought that was very, very smooth. That's how you give a compliment once. Don't give her another compliment for the entire first conversation. We're going to get to that in a second. You find her and you met her. 11 commandments of courtship, 10 commandments of meeting. I don't have any commandments for talking except I have a bunch of rules. Okay, the next skill you're going to learn is talk with her. That'll be the next video.